Hi everyone, my name is Sara O'Keeffe and I am the Nancy E. Meinig Associate Curator of Modern and Contemporary Art at the Philbrook. We at the Philbrook are experimenting with all kinds of new ways to bring Philbrook directly into your home. And today I'm going to talk about a work that is currently on view, and I hope that when we're on the other side of all of this, you all can come and see it in person yourself. It's a work by the artist Betye Saar, and it's titled Guardian of Desires. For more than 5 decades, Betye Saar has produced work that explores magic, mysticism, and systems of power in the United States. She is somebody who regularly visits vintage shops, estate sales, antique stores, you name it. She goes, she collects objects with long textured histories, and often holds on to objects for many decades as she decides how to incorporate them into her artwork. You can see here an image of her studio on the right, and you can see an assorted collection of all kinds of things. Bird cages, globes, model ships. They line the tables and the shelves, and this is only a very small selection of the kinds of objects that she collects. Saar initially earned her bachelor's degree in design from UCLA in 1947, and she later returned to grad school to earn a degree in printmaking in 1962. But she says that it was a visit to an exhibition of Joseph Cornell's work at the Pasadena Arts Museum in 1967 that was a critical turning point in her way of producing artwork. Joseph Cornell was an American artist and filmmaker. He became known for dreamlike vignettes constructed in shadow boxes, often using material cut out from advertisements, newspapers, and recycling in order to construct works in assemblage. To give you a sense of scale of the shadow boxes pictured here, they're roughly the size of a shoebox. The work that really put Saar on the map was a piece titled The Liberation of Aunt Jemima from 1972. It is a work that uses the shadow box structure that you see in Cornell's pieces. In it, she examines representations of the mammy figure in American culture. At the back of the box, you can see numerous images of Aunt Jemima taken from pancake syrup labels, and Saar places a porcelain figure before them with an illustration at her feet. In contrast to mainstream representations of the mammy figure, Saar has armed hers with a rifle and placed a raised black power fist in the frame, underscoring the agency and the many ways Black women resist structures that attempt to oppress them. Visionary activist Angela Davis credited this sculpture as sparking the Black women's movement in California. Guardian of Desires, the work we have on view at Philbrook, was produced many years later, in 1988, a year after Saar completed a residency at the MIT List Visual Arts Center. During her residency, Saar became interested in thinking about energy and circuit boards, mechanisms that route and control the power through all kinds of apparatuses and devices. She started to play with the metaphor of redirecting this energy, and many of these pieces studied spiritual traditions with roots in West Africa. Because we love cats here at Philbrook, it seems important to point out that this piece features a lioness, a representation of Bast, the Egyptian goddess of fertility, childbirth, pleasure, domesticity. She is a warrior, and she was believed to be the goddess of protection, and also the goddess of cats. On the back of this work, Saar has included a number of amulets, a small ornament or piece of jewelry thought to protect against danger or disease. Saar has long been interested in how we tell stories through objects, and how we can tell new or different stories by recombining found objects in all kinds of new ways. This process of assemblage, recombining objects taken from everyday life, has been an important way that she and many other artists have created new stories and a kind of magic in their studio with objects that we think we know from our everyday life.